It's amazing how a lot of the environmental improvements or benefits also help the farm. You know, to have a healthy farm business is to have that healthy environment which it operates in, and you know, they're not mutually exclusive to each other, and that's just how we operate. I'm fourth generation now, 95 years, growing the business and continually growing the business.
It's really important for farmers to have access to information about adopting sustainable land management practices. And so for this particular cropping group, they're cropping in an area that's peri-urban as well as being close by to waterways and an international Ramsar wetland. So it's really important for them to be able to demonstrate that they follow best practice. And they had an interest in obviously using some regional Landcare facilitator money to set up some trials around variable fertiliser rates and adopting sort of, I guess, that research that's already been done in other areas and applying it to their own local area.
A variable rate fertiliser application is applying fertiliser in zones. So when you come back and you go to sow, we're only applying the nutrients in those areas that it requires. Instead of just putting a blanket over the whole lot, you're really starting to give the different parts of the paddock what it needs to keep producing what it's producing. So you're not mining one area and overloading another. You actually put fertiliser or nutrients where it needs to go within a paddock.
If farmers get the application rates of fertilisers incorrect, they can actually have an impact on waterways by having runoff into the waterways, which obviously increased nutrient loads into waterways affects the oxygen levels in particular in waterways, and that obviously has an impact on marine life. So it's really important for farmers to be getting those application rates right, and by adopting a variable fertiliser rate, it means that they're only applying what they actually need to apply for the crop needs rather than actually just doing a blanket approach.
So by doing variable rate and putting what's required where, straight up, we've got a 10% reduction over that paddock in our phosphorus application. Phosphorus can be worth between, you know, just under $600 to nearly $1,000 a tonne. So if we can have a saving of 10%, you know, that can be quite significant in a year when it gets expensive.
This project is a really good demonstration of return on investment for the National Landcare program. These land managers manage quite a vast area of land on the peri-urban fringe of Melbourne, and with them all really engaged with this project, I think it's going to have maximise the adoption rate for this particular variable rate fertiliser project. And by having a large area of land close to Melbourne that's undergoing practice change and demonstrating environmental stewardship, that's the principles of the National Landcare program and the Regional Landcare Facilitator project.
All these changes and improvements are to improve the soil and improve the soil health, to make sure that the soil's in the best condition it can be in, and then ultimately you grow the best crop.